Hello, and welcome to Dragon Man's Everything Incorporated. I'm happy to see you. I'm Dragon Man, and I'm going to be doing another character analysis, this time on the fandabulous, the wonderful, the amazing Cheng Pu. Cheng Pu is probably one of my favorite characters of all time, so I'm just getting that biased out of the way. I just want to throw that out there. Who he is, who he was, and everything like that. To me, it matters because from what I've seen of the game itself, he's been in there for a long time. He just hasn't been an official character. And now that he's announced, I can't be more happy. So, I'm going to start off with the historical and literary, then I'm going to move to his design, then I'm going to talk about his development history. You know, I promise, you're going to get everything that I did last time, only this time. So, who is Cheng Pu? Well, Cheng Pu, they're not exactly sure when he was born, but they do know that what we do know is sometime before the Yellow Turban Rebellion kicks off, he was a minor official in the government. He eventually, as the Yellow Turbans begin to rebel, he joins up with Sun Jian. Under this arrangement, he ends up serving extremely well. He continues to serve under Sun Jian all the way into Hulao Gate and beyond. At Hulao Gate, we know that they have this, the big moment, especially if you play the games, he's holding down the garrison because Sun Jian had to go talk to Yuan Shu. When Sun Jian eventually returns, they end up doing the full assault and attacking. And when they fully attack, Cheng Pu is pretty much there leading the charge with Hong Guai and Sun Jian. Sun Jian, as many people probably might not know, he, in the Battle of Hulao Gate, pretty much did everything. He's the one who killed Hua Xiong. He's the one who eventually pushes Dong Zhuo back. And Cheng Pu is actually right beside him the whole time and fights very valiantly and very fiercely. He ends up getting actually many battle scars from this battle because of his service. After Hulao Gate and the significance of who Cheng Pu is in there, he ends up serving until Sun Jian's death. When Sun Jian dies, Sun Ce takes over in 191. Cheng Pu continues to serve underneath the Sun family because he had been with them since about 180, so why not? It's been 11 good years. Might as well continue staying with the Sun family. Sun Ce at this time, as we all know, has decided to trade the Imperial Seal, or at least that's the fictional version, but he basically, he gives Yuan Shu the ability to basically rebel. And Sun Ce uses that opportunity to conquer Jiandong. With the conquer of Jiandong, as this goes slowly but surely, he keeps conquering. Cheng Pu is serving pretty much right on the front lines. He's conquering everything right alongside him. And to such a degree that he's been giving more and more he gets more and more titles as the time goes on. He would eventually be named the General of the Household who defeats bandits. He gets this title actually during the battles with Yuan Shu, basically the tearing down of Yuan Shu as a tyrant. In this, Sun Ce is fighting against Zhu Lang. And in his battle with Zhu Lang had hired, he was a bandit leader, so he had his crew come up and attack Sun Ce. And when Sun Ce was surrounded, Cheng Pu and only one other man went on horseback to attack and save their lord. And as such, he was given more titles. But as the old saying goes, the candle that burns twice as brightly goes out twice as fast. Sun Ce would die in the year 200, a mere 9 years after taking command. He would leave leadership to his brother, Sun Quan, whom Cheng Pu bent the knee to, along with many other officers and administrators. When Sun Quan took over, Cheng Pu made sure to quell all rebellion and ensure that all would bend the knee to their new lord. He ended up fighting in the Battle of Jiangxi, the one where, if you play the games, it is the battle with Liu Biao. And Sun Quan picks up Gan Ning. And the game basically is explaining that Sun Quan is trying to take over Jing. He ends up ultimately not being able to because as he's doing this, Cao Cao, the Battle of Chanban Bridge is happening. Cao Cao is beginning to push in. So even though he does end up conquering it, he ultimately ends up starting to lose it because Cao Cao takes over. So this ends up leading up to the Battle of Red Cliffs, also known in the game as the Battle of Chirbi. So what is the significance of Cheng Pu? Well, Cheng Pu plays as the left commander as opposed to Zhou Yu, who was the right commander. They end up doing very well in the battle under both Cheng Pu and Zhou Yu's guidance, and as we all know, as we've all seen, they end up scoring a major victory. After the Battle of Red Cliffs, we have the Battle of Jiangling, which is a follow-up to basically pushing Cao Cao out of the area. In this battle, you see Cheng Pu and Zhou Yu and others begin to just demolish Cao Ren, who was trying to hold up and defend. From this point on, Cheng Pu doesn't really have much left, because this is about the time when Cheng Pu dies. What we do know is that Cheng Pu is given, I think, 2 more titles, and he's given a promotion to Major General. At this point, Cheng Pu is the most elder general and military advisor that Sun Quan has, and, he eventually will just pass. It is estimated, though, that he died in 210, a year after Red Cliffs and the Battle of Jiangling. So, there's also many hypotheses on how he died, and one of them is in the Book of Wu Shu, which is known as the Book of Wu. He is stated to have gathered up a bunch of traders in the area, hundreds of them, and he killed them all, and he burned all their bodies. This caused him to get either an infection or some sort of black lung, and he died 100 days later. I think this is a part of the reasons why Cheng Pu wasn't added earlier, because Koei has this tendency to try to milquetoast the characters. They don't really talk about the horrible things they did, or they all seem to be characters that you could look up to and kind of say, oh, at least they were decent people. That being said, we have to move on to the literary sense, and in the literary sense, Cheng Pu is pretty much the same. There's not much difference to him. The big point that they had to who he was, other than being the loyal guy that he was in the beginning, he and Zhou Yu have a big conflict at the Battle of Chirbi, because Zhou Yu is new, and he doesn't like that. He thinks that he's the most veteran officer. He should be the one leading. He feels he has the most merit. He doesn't trust who and what Zhou Yu is doing. Cheng Pu, though, eventually comes to trust him, and that's how they change. After the battle, he ends up apologizing, saying, he should have given him a chance, and so on and so forth. And I think that's a good moment to have into the games. You could put that in there. Cheng Pu doesn't want to listen, so you have Cheng Pu end up helping. So that's who he is in a literary sense. In the games, he has always been a generic. He's always been at the Battle of Hulao Gate. He's always been, from Wu's perspective, in the Yellow Turbans. He's always there. If you get to the Battle of Chirbi, he's always at Chirbi. I believe he's usually Zhou Yu's bodyguard. And then about that time, he ends up disappearing. He's never really had a unique sprite. The one time he did, it was in Musou Blast. In Musou Blast, he has, as you can see on the screen, this kind of more scarred and more veteran look. In Musou Blast, I don't particularly enjoy this, and I'll tell you why. To me, he looks like a cross between Zhu Huang and Hong Guai, which I could understand the essence and idea behind it, but I don't think that that's who Cheng Pu is. But here in Dynasty Warriors 9, Cheng Pu has a different look. He's older, he has a beard, he looks more wizenly, and actually more like a veteran officer. He has this kind of statesman look also, and I think that serves him very well. He comes across more as a tactician, which is actually a point that Suzuki and others were trying to design with him. They said they wanted to make him sort of like Lu Meng, this kind of hardened warrior, but with the mind of a tactician, which I think suits Cheng Pu very well. I think my only issue with it is the fact that I think that they kind of focus more on the fact that he's a tactician and not as much on his combat prowess. He was known for being more of a general than he was being a tactician. It's not to say that he wasn't, a smart or a brilliant man in his own right. It's just rather to say that, look, he's known for getting battle scars on the battlefield. He's known for being up in the front. He's kind of this more brave soldier. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have this more stately look or that he shouldn't have these things. It's just more to me, or at least my opinion, that he could look a little bit more battle ready. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't, it's a gripe of mine. I think, honestly, his entire outfit is on point. and the way he's designed is very much the essence of who Cheng Pu would be. And I think that this is a great it's a great addition to the story. And that's why overall I have to give it an A minus. Again, I think there's some point to it where it's like it should have been in there earlier. It should have, they should have this design a little bit better. I know you guys might say, but it's a good design. It is a good design, and the small gripes aside, it is a great design. The scarf looks great. The armor looks pretty cool. He has this veteran kind of, embodiment of who he is. And as a character, he is an amazing character to add to the story. He's a great person to have in there. He should have been in earlier. I think that's a big point that I'm, really hammering home. I don't know why he wasn't in there before Han Dang or Zhu Huang or these other characters. He should have been in there. But I guess I kind of understand to some extent why he wasn't. So yeah, I mean, that's really it. That's kind of that's all I got. If you like what you see, if you want to hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. If you guys think that, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I am not, maybe I'm letting my Cheng Pu bias come in here. But, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me if you think that Cheng Pu is the worst character. Tell me if he's the best character. I'd love to hear it in the comment section down below. If you want to share these videos, I'd appreciate it too. So I will see you guys next time. Hopefully the next video will be a little bit different, but you never know. So peace.